Yeah, yeah. I uh, I wasn't gonna do a video. I guess I should say my name. This is Ron. Irony. Yeah. When I was a little boy, I was irony. The irony. So I wasn't gonna do a video, but I wanted to come in and at least start the explanation of how I perceive uh, the month of February. For this particular year, of course, it's not just all Februaries. But now that we've moved from the one-time spirit, we're looking at and of course, forgive me for not stepping in right on the first, but now we're looking at the number 2, February, upon the 8, which creates that 10, that my favorite number. 10 in what do you call it, in the mass consciousness out there, because I've listened to them. They consider 10 to be the number of completion. It's not true. No, 9 is completion. 9 is spirit, and you wouldn't go any further than spirit in its ascension process, in its fullness. 10 is a 1 with a patch over its eye. It's a pirate, as it is pyrite if it's fool's gold. So it's not true gold. It's not. Well, I don't want to say it's tarnished because it could be as shiny as possible. Because the 1 is shiny, it's new. 1 is brand new, but then there's that unknowable 0 that can't seem to face the unknowable 0. And the 0 is the number of impossibilities as itself. The 0 as itself is the fool. It's I'm possible. The fool says I'm possible. So the 10 is not completion. It's the thief. So the pirate is the thief, and it could be something that steals what? Well, it was created through the 2, which is balance, equality, partnership. So there's a partnership, or 2 times. It could be twice. So it's a partnership or twice, 2 times. Time. Times and a half a time is coming upon us that we should express ourselves. So we got 2 and then the 8 of the year. 2 times. It creates the thief. 2 time and thief. So this is a whole month of a 2 timing thief. Means they're going to come back and steal again. The impulse is it's impossible for them. Impossible, the 0, the big 0. It's impossible for them to not do what they've done once before. Can you see the 1 and the 0? I think it expresses itself enough that you should grasp why I have such. What is it? Is it I put a lot of focus behind the 10? I put there's the 10. 10, 10, 10. 10, 10, there's the 10, Lou 10, 10. And it seems to happen a lot in our numbers these days, that the 10 wants to express itself. Well, and not only that, but in society, we realize the civil servant is the actual thief of the house. Yeah, the civil servant is the actual thief of the house. And in light of that, this is the age of Aquarius, which is the age of the servant. It's the man carrying the pitcher of water. He's the one that the Lord said, seek out the man carrying the pitcher of water. Follow him into the house, because that's where he works. And he will, or you will, then prepare me my Passover meal. Yeah. So it's an age. It's the servant. It's the house. It's the body as it is the temple. Yeah, it's all going to come home. And who's stealing from the house? Who's stealing from the temple? Who's stealing from the Lord? Well, it's the servant right now. In our eyes, we see it. We see what Bidenomics has done. We know what the who has done and the how they did it through the Department of Wuhan Services, which now has all unraveled and is gone. You don't even have to. No, you can even talk about it, and yet they still believe it's true because they got to hold on to their facade, their theft, and then here we come through with the migrating, pushing, migrating in every country, France, Ireland, Scotland, England, Spain, all of them, every one of them are just being inundated by this migration of able-bodied, war-aged men. Yeah. And yet the conscript, the script that they're writing, which is a con job, which is like a script is one, con job, impossibilities. The conscription, has to be shunned in the fact that they're creating a war so that they can pull you from your own country and give it over to what? To what? Is it scum? Is it pure scum? It must be. Did you see the young man who participated in beating up police officers in New York, and then only to be released with no bond? Like, you think he's going to come back to court on this? And he sticks out his tongue, and he's sweet, cute, and he flips them all off. Wah! Conscription. That means someone's paying him. He knows he's going to get a good paycheck for this. So someone's paying these boys, men, and they all have cell phones. You know, I don't have a cell phone, so I don't have apps. I mean, this computer's been grabbing up some apps, and I think it's been the upgrades, but I don't utilize them. The computer's utilizing something, I think. I don't know what it's trying to tell me, but I don't use a phone, so I'm not part of that whole process of apps and banking and transference and you know, to be able to touch the screen onto one of those little bar things or those little scribbly looking designs on things, and you get all this information that comes through. You know, I don't participate in any of that. I don't. So in light of that, I can see the thief in its works, in its actions, and it's really in our face every day for this month is the servant. And we're in Aquarius. So we're in the sign of Aquarius right now. I should pause. I have to clear my throat. So I have a doctor's appointment today. Yeah, there's the thief. Yeah, I think I have fluid around my heart. This is I'm having symptoms of lymphatic swelling and pressure, things like that. Migraines. I don't know if you've ever had migraines. The lights and the aura and the intense. It runs through the whole body, and so I have to go, and then I can get this lesion. It's a lesion on my neck for 5 years. It's got to go away. It's but it does help when I use this little marijuana salve, because you can hardly see it. It's right there. I'm gonna put my finger right there. There's a little lesion. You can't see it. There's just like a wrinkle in my neck. It's no wonder the doctor looked at it and says, "I don't see nothing." Yeah, well, you don't feel it, and it naturally crusts if I don't keep it moist. But that's part of that whole diabetic lesion sort of thing, and I'm pre-diabetic and I consume a lot of sugar, and so I'm going to suffer from my own have free will. Someone says that we have free will. No, we don't have free will. You don't have free will. None of us have free will. You have no free will. If you had free will, you would own the world. You would own the universe. You would be as God. You would have it all. Maybe these young people, this is the whole process. This is the moment where the uncivil servant who's trying to cover up their theft is going to present people who have free will. See, they have free will. They're migrating. They have free will. They're migrating. They don't have free will, honey. Someone's paying them to do something. No one does anything for free. No. And the will is the key word. It's the inheritance held. So it's held by the God Father of the child, not the Father God. And there's a reason that the God Father would have a will and hold it. Yeah. And it has 7 seals. It's the scroll. And it's also the declaration that none were found worthy to open. None of them. It's pathetic. All of our uncivil servants are serving themselves, and they could not open the scroll. Now they could say, I have my hands bound by my party, you know. The momentum of the party, and you have to follow the party line, and you know you're stealing. Theft. Because why? Because there's a blinder over one of them? Or however, that looks better, 10. Equally. I don't know about you. So today, this is the second. So here we have a 2 time and thief upon 2. Upon the balance. Upon the scale. Yeah, so in the expression of today, we have to say 2 time and thief upon the day, which is 2. So that makes it 12. It's a tower moment. The 12 is the tower because it's the point of which the clock turns over. The day to night, the night to day. It's the midnight hour. It's the lamp. Is it full? Well, here we have a tower moment. Yeah, we do. And as a republic for which it stands, truly, a republic, and it's not migrating. No, they're not migrating free will. No, it's the public. These are people who are truly born and live under this portion that was truly theirs, not someone else's. Not for the thief. So in the Republic, we have 5 wise virgins. Freedom, liberty, justice, pursuit of happiness. It doesn't mean you're happy, but you have pursuit of happiness and posterity. And it's joy that fills these lamps. And these 5 wise virgins keep their lamp full. It's the unwise who have dwindled all of it through removing our joy, whether it be our liberties and our freedom and our justice and our pursuits and our posterity. I mean, we see this. COVID itself, this lie, well, wasn't that part of, the removing of, it was. So in light of that, today is the tower moment. It's the number 12, but it's also that presentation that, this is the pinnacle of the moment. Of what? The pinnacle of a 2 time and thief upon the balance of the day, upon the balance scale, which can be in regards to mammon. What are you grabbing there, mammon? Where is it? And what is it you're juggling? And whose is it? Yeah. You know, E. Jean Carroll, you know, she was raped. And she's now the rapist. Yeah. And going to be giving away houses and stuff, penthouses. Yeah, we'd be laughing about all the things we take. Ooh, honey. Honey bunny shunny. Yeah, can you see it? It's also funny. There it is. There it is. Two-timing thief. Her book should be stripped. Her writing should never be considered. Her whole facade comes down. Well, that's how I feel about the number 10. And it's just a presentation of spirit as it is energy that we can ward it off in light of it, just like the body itself, just like the things that I'm functioning through. The spiritual walk has been the easiest part. It's the physical affront that keeps coming forward, keeps knocking the body down. It hits you like a brick. Old age comes upon you too fast, too soon. And I guess someone's making some rumor that Biden's actually going to run for president. I didn't. Come on, that's abuse. That is abuse to everyone. Because you're using him as a front so that you can do your undercover, underhanded deals. A true president would never let you get away with that. Never do the things that he did. He's not a true president. It was a fake election through a Dominion machine. Dominion. It was set up. They don't want to go to jail, but they already are in jail. Yeah, spiritual jail is far worse than the physical portion of it. Yeah. So I'm glad I'm someone that can fly so freely in the spirit. Yeah, it doesn't take me anywhere but through the spirit. It's the physical manifestations that I have difficulty with that is irony, which is iron, as it is Fey. The Fey male, that we find the presentation that is twin orbitals in the soul body. Yeah, we take our power back. The child returns with the rod of iron. And the rod of iron is given unto Thyatira, those who didn't follow the Jezebel. The Jezebel, I'm sorry, I'm clearing my throat and I didn't mean to do that. The Jezebel is the DNC, as it is democracy. Democracy is the harlot. The Jezebel is through the harlot, but democracy itself is the harlot called socialism. She's the one that rides upon the beast. You can see it at EU. You can see it in all ways, that it has taken over the world through Marxism, which is the communistic idealism that will just infiltrate them and destroy them from within. Now, Islam just follows the model of the Jezebel because the Jezebel is Rome in its capacity to bear forth a child called Islam. Yeah, that of the father of all lies, as Allah is a lie. It truly is. I'll say it to your face. Allah is a lie. Having received Gabriel, having been anointed by the heavenly host. I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. You can look in my eye and you can see. Now my time's just short. My knowledge is just so limited. And is there free will? No. All were found guilty. All were found as hypocrites. Yeah. So he comes. He comes quickly now. Bearing forth with the rod of iron to rule all the nations, to give forth unto the children who didn't accept the Jezebel teachings. We are a republic, and we are small. We. Yes, yes, yes. Shall inherit the earth. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Because it's within. But the dead should rise first. We are the vessel to take such a thing. If it's not us, it's the trees themselves. And how do they treat them? They cut them down. So then they put themselves in the rocks, the spirits in the rocks. And they form buildings and places of worship. They defile them. Like Epstein Island, like the White House. Yeah, isn't that disgusting? Yeah. In all the houses, whether it be the House of Lords, can you imagine that these people are given a paycheck and a position for life to rule over a nation as the House of Lords, and they have no experience? Most of them are within their early 30s, and they're the boyfriend of a girlfriend of the trash. And that's what you have operating over you? Oh, 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 oh. That's a tower moment. Look at your streets. What is happening on your streets that you brought in all this filth? And these people are being used. And you're going to create a conscript? I think the script is already out. I think the movie was done over and over and over again. We're looking at Rocky 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and beyond. So did you see the Pineapple Express trough that's running through America? And it's flooding California and it's supposed to be here? Well, it hit. But it just went, it blew a little wind. It's a little windy. There hasn't been any rain yet. So, yeah, it's supposed to, I don't know, did it dip down over us? It was supposed to be above us, and then it dipped down over. I can't tell on the map how they're going to trace it. I guess they just wait till disaster happens, and then they just kind of express it. I don't know. So anyways, what else is new? I had to quit marijuana for a little bit, just so that I can allow my symptoms to come through, because I'm masking my symptoms. And I need to know specifically what's going on inside of me, so when I present with the doctor this afternoon, and her name is Dr. Solars, you know, Solar. She's so awesome. Now the one that really screwed me over was Dr. Bravo, and doesn't that sound so military, Bravo? Yeah, like it's code words. Yeah, she was a sick individual. I hope they shipped her back to the Philippines. I don't know where she got her schooling. But, so, I'm glad that I found Dr. Solars, and hopefully we'll have a good conversation this afternoon. Because I have a tendency to get very fired when I'm in front of someone, firing off about different thoughts. And it's too overwhelming for people. Whoa, it's too much to take down. So I have to limit my scope of thought, and it has to be right here, right there. Yeah, because I have fluid on the lung, or on the heart. Either that or it's a virus that hit the heart, and it's a like a bruised, overstressed heart. My heart is beating fine. I don't want no electrocardiogram bullshit. I've gone through that too many times. I can hear my heart beating. It's fine. It's strong. Something's constricting my heart along my esophagus, right here in my chest. So it's lymphatics. Because, you know, when I eat food and I swallow, it sticks right there. And if I don't take in enough fluid, it can't get beyond that, and I start to choke. And then I panic. Because it's in here, not in here, and not in here. Because it needs to come out. And so, yeah, that's been difficult. So I have to chew my food, chew, and lots of fluid to eat, to not choke. Yeah, well, there's a reason. So there's a lot of constriction going on there. Yeah, well, why? Why? Well, because my neighbor sprays Monsanto products every month for years and years and years and years on gravel. And nothing grows, but then when the seeds come in every spring, they take just for a short time, and then they spray, 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 spray. Well, that's on the west side of my house, and that's where the winds come. And everything on that side of the house has died. The legumes have died. Everything that I try to plant dies and is failing. Well, that's where I'm trying to grow things, and that's where I've got my hands, and that's where I've got my breath and my skin and my thoughts. And I remember I caught the guy the first time he did it, and I bitched him out for it. Don't you spray that shit on my plants, because it's death. And they had little kids running around out there. And sure enough, that's when my wisteria was killed immediately. I was so infuriated. A wisteria should live hundreds of years. You can never kill it. But no, this guy, and I haven't seen him since. He probably killed himself from the use of his own mixing. And that's the type of Monsanto world we're living in with GMO and all the rest. We've killed ourselves. We're killing ourselves. I can't move. I can't. No. So we have to wait for an answer to allow us to escape this madness so I can get into fresh water, fresh food, fresh air. I do everything right. I'm just doing it all wrong because I'm in the wrong environment. There's the iron caught in the end of the mint. Yeah, it's right there. So that's when it changes. So now I'm the anti-Ron, anti-irony. Sure, you can call me auntie. Ain't gonna bother me. I always believed that in the beginning. Yeah, to my nieces and nephews, that I was not an uncle to them, that I would be an auntie, someone they can turn to. Yeah, emotionally. But no, my brothers thought that was rude. They thought that was absurd. They shut me down. And, yeah, whatever. I talk about that because I know they're listening. So if anybody ever wonders, why do you bring things up like that? Why does it bother you? And I want you to get over it. No, because people are listening. Peoples. The peoples are listening, you know? And furthermore, in regards to your, you know, the written versus the living word, in capacity of Israel, we have Ishmael as the opposite presentation. And if we understand that there is no vowel to El in Hebrew, that they insert that we're not looking at Israel correctly or Ishmael. And if we put an A here and an A there, yeah, we have I Sarah El and I Shama El. And Sarah is to see, and Shama means to listen, to hear, for those with eyes to see and ears to hear. So it's for both halves of that family, incapacity of it. Sure. So it makes sense. You can see it. There is a difference between Israel and Ishmael, even though they're half-brothers. One is through the mother, and one is through the father. One is through the mother, and one is through the father. And we shall honor the father and the mother. And that's what the uncivil servants are trying to do right now. They're trying to save their face by bringing in what? What are they bringing in? Ishmael? Are they bringing Ishmael in and giving him all the benefits of what America can offer? Minimum wage and struggling and high taxes and all this bullshit and all these rules and regulations. You think they want to leave the tranquility of their homelands to come to this crap? Truly, there is no American dream. One second. Hold on. Oh, I hope I didn't do that. I can't tell if it paused. I hope I didn't cough all over you. Please, sometimes it'll sound like I'm bringing the lung up. But it's not the lung, it's the heart. It's congested. So, ugh. Anyway, so I should light up. I should light a bowl, right? Celebrate. I'll probably choke and choke and choke. But it gives me a little comfort. It covers a lot of my symptoms. Trust me, I just got off and I just experienced the worst of it, and I was so angry, and the anger came in. It just poured in all the pain that was running through my shoulder from my top to my bottom, and piercing my heart. Oh my God, with the light fingers flying around my eyes, and closing my eyes, I see these swirls of light, and like this morning I woke up and it was an explosion, like fireworks in my eyes. That's a migraine. So, yeah, cheers. And it's nearly 7 o'clock, so I should probably call it a day. There's not much to say about the day aside from the month. That's the most important portion. If you know the month is doing to each day, and then it's also adding unto that one. So the day is added by one. So, and ultimately today is a 3 with the 12, that tower. The 1 and 2 is not a mastery, and so it's a 3, and 3 is about investment. So 3, there's a 2-time thief that is invested. Yeah, that's kind of sad. So it's invested as it is through the old, the broken, and the downtrodden. So that's what they're doing. They're presenting themselves as heroes. So the thief is the hero. So that's the hero for the day, is the thief. We should hear that. We should know that. We should recognize it. Yeah, anything presenting as a hero in this capacity, in this month, for that matter, forget it. No, anti-hero. Sorry, go away. I'm a migrant. No, you aren't. You're illegal. I'm on the newscast. No, you're the one that's pushing the narrative. Yeah, I saw the one where they put the clips together. All the newscasts, all the newscasts, and they all start saying the same thing, and they say, Taylor Swift is not an operative, or I don't know, forget, is not an operative. Like, what was the word they used? I can't even think of the word they used. They said she's not an operative. Yeah, working for the bad guy, creating a narrative. You know. Well, I just ran into someone who believes they're me. They think they're the Christ child, when not me being Christ child, but as the Antichrist. I'm the anti of it. But he thinks he's the chosen one. No, the anointed one comes to anoint a king, and you're a lie. Well, he believes that the bride of Christ is Taylor Swift. When I heard that, I was like, you are crazy. And not, what's sad is that he's actually utilizing truth, either stolen or presented. He takes other people's truth, not his own, and he's fabricating himself. That's part of the 2-time thief. It's like a Paul does that. Paul Christed himself. He did. He Christed himself. He brought in the whole process of worshiping and accepting the cross, which was it's a weapon of mass destruction. Should we take the atomic bomb and set it in front of us and say, Hallelujah? No. You wouldn't do that with the cross either, because it's a weapon. Yeah, mass destruction. And then the image of a man sitting in the clouds, in heavenly clouds, in heaven. A man is sitting up there. A man is God. Oh, isn't that interesting? I don't think so. And then the number of your name is your taxes, your census It's your senses. Do you have any senses? Yeah, it's your birth record, and it's Rome. So, ugh. Ugh. I do like Francis though, but what everything that took place inside that demon house. Oh, honey, they're going to get the Garibaldi prophecy out on them. And I'm still rooting for Putin. And I think that Ukraine is a lie. It's a construct. It's a conscript. And, yeah, how ridiculous. And poor Poland. And what, they're given 6 hours notice to appear at the military. And yet Zelensky himself ran 4 times away from being called in and hid himself until that Minsk agreement, and then he came out as Mr. Hero. I'm just an actor, and I'm a singer, and a songwriter, and I dance, and I do all these little routines. That's just sick. Puppet. Yeah, and bless all those other people who are standing their grounds, keeping these people out of their countries. Deport. They came in, get rid of them. It's your right. It's your country. Here in New York, get rid of them. And doesn't mean pushing them off to Kansas. No, it means sending them back to their country of origin. Yeah, that's where they belong. They probably have medical records there, and they probably have a police record too. Yeah. So, let them deal with it. And allow that rod of iron to come and be placed so as to crush these regimes. So we're going to accept a king. That's what we're going to do. We're going to accept a king. As a republic, we will. Yeah. Truly. And it'll be the dragon. It'll be Trump. Yeah, the chosen one. So that's important to know. So God bless you all. Hope you have a great day. And careful on the Pineapple Express. Okay. Bye.